What is going on, you guys? My name is Alex, and I'm a 22-year-old trader attempting to master the stock market to potentially one day join the very few who make a living out of this. So what you're looking at right now is the Palantir daily time frame here, meaning that every candle represents 1 day worth of time. On yesterday's video, I did speak about looking for a potential shorting opportunity. The reason for that is very simple. Looking at the 10-year time frame here, you will see that actually 10 years is a little too much. Even 2 years. Yeah, 2 years is good enough. So we have one touch point here, two touch points, three touch points, and kind of a fourth one here, zooming in a little bit closer. Yeah, kind of this one represents the fourth touch point. And then yesterday we finally broke with this daily candle right here, nice little aggressive candle. So we took a short position, and this is how it played out today, pretty much. So we got a pretty reversal bar, almost seems like. It did manage to close completely above the 20 exponential moving average or simple moving average here. It just barely touched it. So that tells me that there is some sellers still willing to come in here, and we did also manage to push all the way down to like 169 or so over here, which is a really good confidence, meaning that a lot of sellers are actually willing to step up here. Although this is a reversal bar here, candle that form, meaning that there is a potential for an upside move here, which does not look too good. But like I said, there's still a good amount of price action here in our favor. And if we zoom in just a little bit deeper here, you will see that we have a trailing stop method here that was yesterday was our stop loss. And I actually put my stop loss above this aggressive candle here. But now that the price has come down further and time has actually happened and we're moving sideways, we could use this red line here as a potential trailing stop method, meaning that the price does come down in the next couple of days. This line right here will be pretty much way down here as well, trailing this the price pretty much. So that'll serve as a trailing stop method pretty much. So next one on the list here that we took a trade on today is Google. So Google is a small amount of data, not gonna lie. There isn't much data to back up our trend here, but it's still a trend nonetheless. And today we barely broke below that small trend. Zooming in here in 3 month time frame here, every candle still represents 1 day worth of time. And as you can see here, we closed below this small little trend line. We got one touch point, two touch points, and a third touch point. And then finally today, we got the nice little break below that trend line here. So we did use the previous candle's high just because we did have a counter trend here, a relatively small, low data counter trend line here to use as a trailing stop method or as a stop loss. But just today, I also decided to just maybe hook on this other trailing stop method to potentially use as a stop method in the future if the price does decide to come down. We need a steeper trend line here just to lock in some profits because, of course, we don't want the price to come all the way down. And then our stop loss, which isn't that steep, is just going to be pretty much just coming down very, very slowly. So we want a steeper one to really protect our profits in the case that we do make some profit. And then the price does decide to come back up. We break above this trend line and we'll take a small little profit out and we'll just get out of the trade at that point. Right now, it is just two candles. It is a sharp one, but the reason why I use this other one on top, just because I want to give this thing a little more room to run, to move pretty much. Because tomorrow, on Monday, it probably could move up above here to 285, and at that point, I think I think it's still valid. I think my trade is still valid at that point. As long as we're respecting this upper trend line here, that's all good. But in the case that we do move into profits, deeply into profits, I do want something more steeper, which is this smaller one over here that we could use to just lock in some profits. So we do have the price all on top of the moving averages here, which is not too good. Ideally, you want the price to be under the moving averages, especially if you're going short. So we're really going against the trend here, but I think I do have some confidence that we'll reach at least the 20 moving average here, maybe even the 50 moving average. And then we'll be in business with them. At that point, we'll already be at a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, making 3 times our risk or 2 times our risk right there, essentially. So that's Google for you guys. Nice little setup. At the end, I'm going to be showing my spreadsheet here just to show you guys the exact entries and the how much money is involved here. So next one on the list is going to be Tesla. Tesla, a very interesting one here. We did get kind of a hammered candle forming, or at least a reversal as our confirmation bar, which isn't that good. You want to see a really aggressive one like Palantir. But if we look closely here, you see this candle. It's not the best candle. It just bounced off of the out of the 50 moving average here, which you don't want to see. You want to typically see. Yeah, so like I was saying, you want to see a really strong bearish candle here as opposed to a reversal bar like this. But I still like it just simply because we did close below the trend line here, which is my confirmation. This isn't too accurate. Not gonna lie, there is some discrepancy here that I do have. Especially if we zoom in here, you can see that the trend line isn't as accurate as I would like it to. Not gonna lie about that. We could probably move this a little bit like this, And even like this, we'll still have one touch point, two touch points, and really just two. I mean, you could consider this a third one like I did. But in my opinion, I mean, this is good enough for me. So I took a short in this position here. Stop loss is going to be this counter trend line up here. I haven't drawn it, so I'll just draw it right now. Stop loss is pretty much at the open of this candle actually. So around 460 is going to be our stop loss. So we're a pretty nice little gap here between our entry and our stop here. So that means that we're going to be looking for a pretty big move to at least have some profits. So Tesla isn't the best trade that I took. I think Palantir is still by far the best trade that I took this week. So here's the breakdown of our spreadsheet here. We do have Palantir, Tesla, and Google, all short positions. The amount of shares that we bought, or that we sold in this case, sold short. And our entry positions here, all of them already cost me around $1 in fees. Our entry dates and our time steps, all of them were taken in the last 10 minutes of the day, except for this one. This one I did catch a little bit in the after hours, but I still managed to get in at a good price here. The stop method, the counter trend with the current candle as a Palantir, and the other ones I just used a simple counter trend. The reason why I used the current candle in this one was simply because the current candle was actually the top of one of the points on the counter trend, if that made any sense. And I do have some comments over here on the left. Let me see if I could. Yeah, so we have the 3 touch point break, aggressive entry bar, which gave it a 10 out of 10. And then on the Tesla, we do have only 2 touch point break of a trend. And then we have a weak reversal bar. So that was an 8 out of 10. Not the best trade, not going to lie. Google was a 3 touch point break, weak reversal bar as well. So that was a simple 9 out of 10. In terms of the moving averages, this is just for data purposes. I mean, you really do want to be looking out for these things. Maybe in the future you don't need to tweak your strategy. Again, Palantir under the 20-50 period moving average, but not above. But above the 200 period moving average. So ideally, when shorting, you would want the price to be under the 20, the 50, and the 200 period moving average. But you're not going to find that too often. So maybe you need to be more selective. It depends. That's where you got to gather data and see what works and what doesn't. So Tesla was under the 20, but not the 50 or the 20 or the 200 moving average here. And Google, it was only under the. Actually, it wasn't under anything. It was above the 20, the 50, and the 200. So that's not a good thing. This is only data driven here. So I'm just really trying to get some data and see if this is even something worth considering here for the future. So those are the 3 trades that I took today: Tesla and Google. Yesterday we took the Palantir trade. So if you decide to take any one of these trades, maybe you just took the Tesla trade, and then like a couple of days later you'll trade something else, a completely different setup. You're not going to see your edge like that. The edge really comes out after you take 100 trades or more. Ideally, you would take a minimum of 10, but 10 is the smallest sample size. 100 is a really good number to try to get at. 100 trades trading the same setup, then you'll see your edge right there. So that's going to be it for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this technical breakdown of my strategy here and my entries, me showing you guys my entries and my the whole plan, the whole idea of this trading system here that I run. And again, if I only upload these videos probably like 2 times a week, and that's only really the days that I have off. So that's going to be it for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and check out my Discord as well. Like I said earlier, that I only upload 2 or 3 times a week, which is because I have my full-time job. So I can't make these videos every day, but I do upload my daily watch list, my strategy, my full-on breakdown of my strategy on my Discord that I have right there. And I also describe you guys the entry that I took on that specific day. For like example, you would have seen the Tesla and the Google trade play out live a couple of minutes before I actually take the trade. You would see me call them out pretty much. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be in the description. And leave a like, you guys. Comment and stay focused as well.